Well, hey, this is Rhonda Simmons, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Simmons Empowerment Foundation. And welcome to another edition of Empowered Heart to Heart. I am so excited. Yes, I say that every episode, but I really am. I have had the honor of meeting some of the best people this side of heaven, and today is no exception. What I'm really excited about is not only do I have a special guest, but she's here for a purpose because we are getting ready for our inaugural Dear Future Me Women's Empowerment International Summit. It is so exciting. It's happening August 18th and 19th. I have 18 speakers lined up from around the world. Yes, not just my next door neighbor. And no, my next door neighbor is not on the show, but people from all over the United States, Barbados, Costa Rica, Canada. And tonight's guest is from Slovenia. And you want to grab some paper, you want to grab a pencil because she's coming talking about something that affects everybody on the planet. And what she's going to be talking about is women's financial wellness. Ladies, we need to know how to handle our money wisely. And so she is going to enlighten us and empower us today. So get ready. I'd like to introduce to you Maja, the money doctor. Hey, Maja, welcome to the show.
Hi. It's so a big pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me here today.
Absolutely. Maja, I know it is after 3 a.m. where you are, and I want to thank you personally for making the sacrifice to be on our show today. Technically, it's your tomorrow, and so I really do appreciate your time. You don't look like you're sleepy at all.
No, I had my session prior to meeting you, definitely. So just to explain where Slovenia is. So Slovenia is one small country in the middle of Mediterranean Europe. So basically, we are near Italy, near Austria. So one country of 2 million people. The whole country has 2 million people.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. I would love to visit Slovenia and that entire area one
Mhm.
day. You never know. Uh,
Yeah.
because we love, my husband and I love to travel, and so I'm just excited. Now I have somewhere to go, Slovenia. Wow, that's
Definitely. It is surrounded with beautiful nature, kind people, polite people. So basically, we speak English daily, and but it's not our language. It's not our first language, but we are keen on English.
well, wonderful. And your English is great. It sounds great.
Thank you.
So I do wonder, is Slovenia a part of what is called the blue zone?
Now,
Where Go ahead.
Slovenia is one of the six countries of former Yugoslavia, if you know. So, like Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia, Macedonia. So, this is where Slovenia is.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Well, Maja, I'm so excited because you call yourself the money doctor, and I love that title. So, can you tell us a little bit how you got into this line of work of being a financial coach for women
Mhm.
and what makes you the money doctor?
Perfect. Thank you for asking. So, yes, I started my journey with having three kids and being on 4 hour weekly working. So, based on maternity, we can work for 4 hours daily only, but of course, salary is very low then. And yes, I have been working in this situation for 7 to 8 years, as long as it was possible. But yes, on the other hand, it meant I needed to find out how to actually make money, how to actually survive, how to handle money so that my kids would not take it away, buying toys and everything. So this is one part of the formula. The other one is that I lost lots of money during investing through financial advisors. So I learned every mistake the hard way. That's why I say I'm a money doctor and I'm a financial teacher. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a teacher giving my knowledge away. So I went from debt. I lost, I don't know, around 30K in wrong investments. I learned how to handle money my way. So basically, I'm a self learner. And of course, later when I started this as a business, I started to learn professionally also.
Wow, that is an amazing story. Because I work with women so much, it is amazing to me how moms can create and invent more things. You know how they say necessity is the mother of invention. I tell you, I think it's in our DNA to find out how to make it, and I applaud you for doing that with your children. It's great.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Thank you. And one more thing, what I always say, why I'm focused on women so much? Because I feel I have a passion to help other women. First, we always say money is not important. I hear that so many times that you wouldn't even believe me. And then they say, okay, me and my partner arranged a deal. So I'm taking care of kids and our house and he's taking care of money. And I was like, oh my gosh, like really? Do you know how many divorces are out there? And even though today is everything perfect, you don't know where you will be next 10 years.
It's
And
true.
I just I don't know when I hear the sentence money is not important to me or I don't want to speak about money. It's like what? This is one of the most important aspects of our life. I am not saying money is the most important at all, but when we handle money the way it needs to be handled, it's much easier. It's much stressless, basically.
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. Maya, even though we are, thousands of miles apart, do you find some of the same mindsets in
Mhm.
Slovenia that you might find here in America, where um, people have these ingrained traditions, from their
Mhm.
parents or grandparents, of what wealth looks like, and
Mhm.
living from paycheck to paycheck. Do you find that over in Slovenia as well?
Definitely, but what worries me really, I would say our kids. So basically, my kids are 15, 13, 9. Our kids and all the babies coming to this world are the generation. So from the moment they are born, they are consumers. They are not newborn babies. So with this capitalism and buying everything, and everything is like um, for year 2 3, even the furniture is for 10 years max. So we are only buying stuff that we don't need,
Hmm.
and America is super efficient here, I would say. So in Slovenia we are taught a little bit differently because Slovenia is a former socialist capital, socialist country, which means that we didn't have so much, I don't know, till 20 years ago, in terms of everything. So not every thing was possible to buy in those countries, but this was 20, 30 years ago. But on the other hand, what I see is that we are taught to be savers for long term, but we are not investing. So we are only saving the money in our bank accounts, which is again not a good idea. So not being a consumer only and not being a saver only is not a good idea. So we need to find something better, something that will allow us to go away from month to month, to go away from buying on credit cards. This is the topic I love to speak about, from recurring debt, to actually allow money to start working for us in terms of investments, because this money will allow us to, I don't know, retire a few years earlier, to have the future, to own our future, basically. And that's why I love the idea of Dear Future Me Summit.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Um, while you were talking, you said that being a saver only isn't
Mm,
good. We're not investing.
mhm,
So, do you encounter people as soon as you use the word investing, they get nervous because they
mm,
don't feel like it's a sure thing? Like if I put my money in a savings account, I know it'll be there
mhm,
when I
mhm,
need it. But investing, like you said at the beginning, you lost thousands of dollars before.
mhm,
How
mhm.
how do you overcome that argument with people?
There is a term in investophobia. So basically, fear of investing is real. But the way I teach and the way I give knowledge away, so I give every step of investing. So, how to actually avoid emotions. What are the rules of investing? What are the mistakes of investing? And then, when you know all this, we finish basically with ladies who are in my coaching program. We finish it with giving them the whole investment strategy. Here I'm talking about safe investment. So the safest investments on the earth possible. So they are not there to be lost. And basically it's for long term.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's really good. So, do you recommend for those who want to invest, don't we still need to have like an emergency fund or some sort of cushion, you
Yeah,
know?
emergency fund is always needed and it's always wanted basically. But I always start from the perspective of um, teaching people how to actually save 300 or 200 monthly and do it consecutively, so that we don't just invest 5K once and leave it there, but we create the habit of saving those 300 so that we can invest. And of course, we are also doing the emergency fund. So basically, everything goes like you need to separate your money into different bonus bank accounts. So under one main bank account, you create bonus accounts, and then you have one is for saving, one is for saving for spending like vacation or new car or something like that. One is for emergency fund, one is for cost, one is for fun. This one is beautiful because we always say, okay, it's only saving, saving, saving. No, the idea of money is not about saving. The idea of money is to spend less than you earn. And I always say it's not about how much we earn, it's what we do with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As they say here in America, say that again for the people in the back.
Yeah.
I tell you that that's so important
Mhm.
because I agree with you about um, not using credit cards. And
Mhm.
I have friends that, sing their praises, you need it for good credit. And then I respond with, well, the reason why you need a credit card is because you don't have the cash to buy whatever it is you're trying to buy. And so then I get the side eye, like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, maybe about those credit cards because what happened now in the world, um, they ingrained our so they ingrained into our mindset that it's totally okay to be in debt, and it's basically everyone is in debt, so it's okay if I'm in debt also. When we use credit cards, I also have a credit card, don't worry, but it is important to recognize what are you using your credit card for. So I always say I never use credit card to buy some, I don't know, stuff on internet. Amazon is the first thing here. I'm using prepaid card for that. So not credit card, but prepaid one.
Mhm.
Credit card is used on my way only for, I don't know, making reservation or buying airplane tickets because there is no other way, or maybe for some reservation or booking or something like that. So basically for vacation and to have it with me in case of emergency during vacation, so that There is no option to pay with cash or something like that. Otherwise, I always use my prepaid card, because the difference between credit card and prepaid is that if I'm using prepaid card, I need to transfer the money from my bank account, so I need to have the money. While when buying things on credit card, furniture, clothing, shoes, Amazon stuff, this is the easiest way to overspend money. And what worries me here is that we spend money that we actually don't have yet. And that's when we start running month by month and running like a circle,
Mhm.
because it always, we are not prioritizing our future, we are always prioritizing debt, we are prioritizing costs, we are prioritizing bank who we need to basically pay first. And when we go away from this perspective, we can finally start prioritizing ourselves.
Yes, yes. I love that term you said about prioritizing our
Mhm,
future,
definitely.
because a lot of times, especially with our millennials and young
Mhm,
people, they're not thinking about the future. You know, here in America, I don't know if you've heard of, well, I guess I shouldn't name him on the show, but there's a famous guy who's a financial uh, coach too, and he says some of the same things that you do, but he's also, you know, he's like, we don't know that delayed gratification. You know,
mhm,
we can work for things, and a lot of times our young people don't have that delayed gratification.
mhm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
this situation current is we want everything now and immediately, and we don't want. And yeah, it's the same thing here. Youngster students, they're saying we will need to work for 40 years or even more, and we will work for a low salary, and that's why now, when we don't have costs and we don't have family yet, it would be time to enjoy life, which is super, and I totally agree with it. But we can still enjoy life and create something for our future.
yes, yes. I've heard the saying that compound interest is like a gift from God, you know.
Mhm, mhm.
And you
And
know,
that's
once
basically the basic point of investments. And that's when I teach about index fund investing. This is investing 20 years plus, and it's working because of compound interest.
yes, yes,
And it's the safest thing, investing in index funds. Of course, you need to know in which ones, not everyone is good, but investing in index funds is the easiest, the simplest, the safest way of investing.
wow, that's good to know. That is good to know. So, Maya, if you could give a word of advice to your younger self,
Mhm, mhm.
what would it be?
Oh, I would say the earlier you started, the earlier I started. If I started 10 years before I started, I would be like 5 steps ahead where I am right now. That would be one thing. Second thing would be, don't have fear, and because what we are doing, we are having fear about money, around money, and we don't want to talk about money, and there is a lot of money shame behind. So shaming of our previous mistakes around money, or shaming, so the money is the topic that we don't want to talk about, even with our parents, even with our besties. So basically, we say it's okay to hide it from everyone, but there are people who would help you out, and they would take you to the better perspective in a easier way.
Mhm. Good, good. So, what do you tell a woman who seeks you out, who's coming to you with a mountain of debt? The damage has already been done.
Mhm, mhm.
How does she get out of that situation?
The investment part is the easiest way to go out of debt. I know some coaches are saying that we need to reduce debt first and then start investing. But the reality is that if we can establish a habit of saving, I don't know, 200, 300 per month, or maybe doing some extra, I'm not talking about having an extra job, but maybe just $200 extra, so that we know that this could go to investments. Maybe in few years, those investments could pay out debt. That's the idea. So we always want to start investing even if we are in debt, because what will happen if we started, I know US has a lot of debt in terms of student debt, and lots of students, even I don't know, Harvard students, they start with huge debt behind, and then they're working like crazy. The salary of is of course great, but they still have big debts, and they're just paying off debts, having big salary, and they're just running from month to month. But if they invested a portion of that money, that would mean that in few short years, those investments, because of compound interest, would make a lot of return, and they would much easier pay off their debt. And it's known that people who are investing, they could pay off, I don't know, big student loans in 5 to 10 years, maybe instead of 20.
Wow. Yes, the student loan
Mhm.
crisis is a crisis here in the United States, and I don't see it getting any better. It is quite the crisis because even when students graduate with their degrees, a lot of times the jobs that they get
Mhm.
don't pay. They pay well, but they don't pay enough
Yeah.
to pay off those loans.
Mhm, mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
definitely. My suggestion would be for as much students as possible to go and study abroad in Europe, because in Europe, let's say in our country, we have, we call it like free schooling, but it's of course not free. But uh, in terms of scholarship and that stuff, that is free. So we only buy notebooks and books and everything. But in terms of paying for the year, we don't pay it if we are on regular basis studying.
oh
So
wow.
that's the difference between Europe and US, definitely. And yeah, I can imagine how difficult it can be when you start your basically adult life with lots of mortgages already.
Yes, yes. So, Maya, you mentioned at the beginning of the show how you have three children, and they're fairly young, and teenagers. Then I think one
Mhm.
is younger than a teenager. Uh, so, have you started teaching them about money
Of
yet?
course, of course. I have one great exercise. Basically, maybe I can share it with you also and with the audience.
Sure.
It consists based of four adjectives. So this word, and it would be. Just give me a second to remember, because I have it in Slovene, not in English. Uh, so it is, whenever we want to go shopping for something that we didn't expect. It could be we have a bad day, it's an emotional spending, or it is that we go shopping for furniture and we overbuy things, or clothing, or everything. I have a rule of waiting for 24 hours, and within those 24 hours asking myself four questions. So, do I really want this thing? Do I really need this thing? Will this ease my life? So will it make it easier? So in terms, let's say clothing, I see some nice skirt and I would like to buy it, but then I come home and check my wardrobe, and then I see, okay, if I buy this would match few other I don't know, t-shirts or blouses that I have. if if this is not the situation, so if the color is not suitable for my wardrobe, then I just don't need it, because it will need it for me to buy, I don't know, new shoes, new purse, to actually make it work. So that's not for me, it's not easing my life.
Right.
So we have wants, needs, is, and we have do I need it? Do I want it? Can it easy? And oh, just give me a second.
That's okay.
I need to translate it to myself. Uh, Okay, do I love it? So people ask me, what is the difference between want it and love it? The difference is the easiest thing to remember is when you go to the grocery store with young kids, they would like to have everything, every candy out there, of course. And if you like a mother, you say them, okay, you can choose one only. That would be the one they love.
Mhm.
So we need to, if we go shopping and we have three different type of clothes, of course they are all suitable for us. We are all handsome, but one of them should be the winner basically. So the love section is for the winners only.
Okay.
And this is the easiest way to actually teach kids about money because they would like to have everything right now. And when we give them 24-hour rule, so that's basically, I tested it on my daughter. We received a catalog prior to Christmas gifts, and she was 5 years at that time. So this was Corona situation. And she came out with, I don't know, 30 ideas what she
Right.
would need for Christmas. And then I
Right.
said, okay, from those 30, check them again and choose 10. And she again needed 3 hours to choose 10. And then she came back, Mom, I did it. And I said, okay, from 10, choose three. And again, she needed 3 hours. But yes, sometimes. So then she came up with three ideas, and those was basically ideas for Christmas letter.
Wow. Wow. That is fantastic. I love it. I love it.
One more thing, the earlier we start with kids, the easier it will be. Because we will
Yes.
basically teach them, it's the same with teenagers, with iPhones, with so they don't need everything right now. We
Right.
need to give them the so the mindset, okay, I need it, but can I wait 2 more months with this phone or something like that, so that it's not okay. This is by the way, uh, it's the same with investments. People are very so we want to see the results immediately. We are totally impatient. uh,
Mhm.
Patience is the key. When we work with money, with investments, patience is the key here.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And that can be a real hindrance to people, like you said, because they don't want to wait. That is
Mhm, mhm,
fantastic. Well, Maya, I am so excited that you are going to be one of our speakers for our upcoming summit in just 15 days. I am super excited that you're going to be on the program. And
mhm,
so, before you go, can you? Well, you've really been giving us great info this whole time, but can you give us a little snippet of
mhm,
what our audience can expect from you
mhm.
for the summit? What are they going to walk away with?
Perfect, thank you. So yes, the topic of the summit where I will speak about is handling money like a pro. So we will go in depth with credit cards, of course. We will cover discover costs. So I'm splitting the costs into 20 categories so that we know that we basically can make savings in maybe two or three categories, and that we can decide which ones are those for the month ahead. Then, of course, I will teach again this example, this basically, so these four questions and 24-hour rule. We will speak about long-term goal and goal setting because it's very easy to write a goal. It's very easy to write a smart goal, but then from writing it down and to making it happen, it's like few steps more. So basically, we will speak about handling money like a pro. Basically, the idea is that everyone takes something away. even if it means that they remove credit cards, even if it means that they decide in advance in which categories they can make savings. This is crucial, because when you can when you can have this under control, it means that you can decide, okay, this month money is not meant for shopping. This month, I'm not buying gifts. This month, I'm not buying educations for myself. This is also a cost, even though we say it's investment, it's also a cost, because women, we tend to invest in ourselves a lot. But we have lots of women who are just buying courses, especially cheap online courses, and not do anything with them. So my goal is that whenever I go into some education, some paid education, I want to gain 5 times of the value I paid, even if it's time or it's money or it's business or whatever it is. So I need to take action out of every education I do.
Wow, wow. Maya, you have given us so many nuggets of truth today. I
Mhm.
really appreciate all that you have shared, because it's so important that
Mhm.
we get this knowledge. There's a verse that says that people perish for the lack of knowledge. I
Mhm.
don't
Mhm.
want my own ignorance to be the death of me. And
Yeah.
so, thank you for being the money doctor and helping
Mhm.
us cure our financial diseases.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I really have a passion about speaking about money. I hope that people can see that, because I know how important it is, and how less stress we have when we basically know how to handle money.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Maya, thank you again for being on the show. And if you will just hang out just for a minute, I'm going to wrap up this episode. I really appreciate you being with us so early in your country and just taking these minutes and this time with us. Thank you so much. We can't wait until the summit. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Rhonda, for having me. I'm excited also to be on the summit.
Absolutely. One moment. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness. This is why you've got to get your VIP pass. You've got to be in the room with Maya. She is giving us actionable steps that we can take wherever we are in our financial life so that we can create a better future for ourselves. Maya used some very powerful terms like prioritizing our future. That is so important. Let's not have tunnel vision where all we see is where we are today, because if we keep on living, we're going to get to tomorrow and next month and next year. You don't know what the future holds. And so since we don't know, we might as well prepare ourselves for the future. And so Maya is going to be giving out some great information at the summit August 18th and 19th. Make sure you get your ticket somewhere around this video. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel. Somewhere around this video will be the link to get your tickets. And make sure that you like, comment, and share this video with someone else, because Maya is on fire, let me tell you. And she is passionate about empowering women when it comes to their finances. You know, many times as women, we can be successful in so many different areas of our lives, but struggle in one. It's kind of like we're almost like an onion with many layers, and life can be a whole lot better when that struggle isn't money. You know, we're not perfect, things happen, but you can deal with things a whole lot better when you know there isn't a financial crisis going on. Ladies, we've got to get some wisdom, get some knowledge, and get some understanding about how to invest, how to not live off of credit cards, how to handle debt, how to handle savings. I'm telling you, Maya is ready for you. Get your ticket. right now. You got to do it right now. Click the link so that you can get your VIP pass, because Maya is going to be dropping some information that you don't want to miss. So I'm looking forward to seeing you August the 18th and 19th at our Dear Future Me Women's Empowerment International Summit. I'm expecting great things, and I know you are too. Until then, be blessed, be encouraged, but most of all, be empowered.